Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And as you can see, we have a package from Madame Glam. Thank you, Madame Glam, for sending this over to me. So what we have today is an assortment of polishes and 3D gels, things like that, that Madame Glam sent over. They asked me if I wanted to try the viral shell nail, and of course I did. So we are going to look at the colors. I've already made swatches so that we don't have to waste time doing it here. As I am voiceovering this, it's not going to be word per view, you know, like it is normally, but I am demonstrating. So these are like textured gels. One of them is a little bit softer than the other, and one of them is sticky and the other one is not. The art gel is the softer one, so you can put it on a brush, whereas the other one I scraped with like a cuticle fork. Here's our colors. There are a couple of jellies, there are a couple of creams, there is a really beautiful glitter and a cat eye. All of these are listed here, so you can see the names on the bottoms if you're interested in getting any of these. I don't know why this one is in a tiny bottle and the other ones are not. I don't know if it came only in a tiny bottle or what the case is there, but it's still a nice color. I don't end up using all of these colors in this video, but I do use my favorite ones. This one is actually my favorite out of the whole thing. It's a glittery pink and it is super beautiful. So I've already got these nail tips on. They are from Nail Couture. They are the Black Label sculpted stiletto. Highly recommend. I wanted to show you this though. This is from Mani Mod. You can find them on Instagram, and I believe there's a website. That's a finger rest, but this is the thing that's better. This is a nail wipe holder. You cannot find anything like this anywhere. I searched and searched and searched, but then I talked to them and told them what I was needing, and they crafted this, and it is perfect. I will leave you a link. Highly recommend. And this is super cute. You know, I usually use that little wrist rest, but I like this too. So first we're going to start out with this pink jelly. This is my second favorite out of all of the polishes on here. It is very sheer, but it also has a nice pigment to it. It goes on smooth and creamy, and it even smells a bit pleasant. Most gel polishes I don't like the smell of, but Madame Glam polishes have a bit of a sweet like candy smell, so I really appreciate that. And if you're not aware, Madame Glam is HEMA-free, it is cruelty-free, and it is free of several of those toxic chemicals that some use. Now, I would still recommend taking your standard precautions when using gel products in general, but these are high quality, and they do recommend doing a 60-second cure for all of their products. They're not doing the 30 seconds anymore. We did 2 coats of everything on here, so some of them I'll show you slow and some of them I'll show you fast. This one is like a cream color. It's not exactly white, but it's not beige either, but I felt like this one is going to be the best to put my art on top of because it is the most blank canvas. And so for this particular finger, what we're going to do is we're going to do a mermaid tail. So I saw on the internet says you do, what you can do is draw out like the mermaid tail shape, just the fins part, and then use a texture, kind of like you do the shell, to make it, you know, have lines. And so that's really what the plan is here. And then we are also going to incorporate the cat eye. As you can see, I am not good at painting in the lines, which is unfortunate. So this is my attempt to paint these fins. This was harder than it looked, especially when I was holding my hand like this. I find this is not an angle that I am good at. It doesn't matter what I'm painting. If I turn my hand around and paint it like flat, it always seems to be easier, even if what I'm painting is upside down because of it, but I make it work. And so we do want to just fill this in. I believe I actually even did 2 coats of this part because it is a bit sheer when you're painting it on like this. It's not a thick like painting gel. It's just a gel polish. And so sometimes you just gotta use a little bit extra. This part was even harder though, because I was having to turn my hand to see that far side and to be able to paint. And so I wasn't able to see the best, but we do manage. So while I'm at it, the reason this one is in this voiceover format is because I have revamped my recording station. I have a actual nail desk area now that I don't have to take down every time I finish a video. So my camera is much higher than it used to be, and it can't pick up the microphone like it did when it was like right near my face. So I did this, and then I'm just doing the voiceover with my external microphone, which is fine, but I don't really love doing videos this way. Now we're putting on this glittery pink. We'll do 2 coats of that as well. It is very beautiful. So what I'm going to do after this video, which these are not going to post in any order that makes any sense, because I record videos in advance and sometimes I move them around. So you're probably going to see this and then see some in the old style and then probably some in a new style. And what I'm going to do is I am going to record it on my laptop so that I can use the external microphone and the camera high up and not have to rely on that one. And so that's the ones where you'll see my webcam sometimes is in it, but it doesn't move, it's static, because I record it as one file instead of 2 and then putting it together. But anywho, we're gonna make it work. I have been working on upgrading my skills at nail photos, so if you've seen those, definitely let me know if you're liking them in the new format better than the old format. It's just like much closer with a little bit of a fancier background. Here on this thumb, what we're going to do is I am trying to do a bit of an ombre. So this glittery pink at the top to fade into that jelly pink is what I'm going for. And I do decide to use the ombre brush, which is probably the most difficult tool for me personally. I like to ombre with a sponge, but it's not that easy to do, and with gel I don't think it's worth the risk to get it all over your hand. I do 2 passes, and on the second one I don't even use the ombre brush. I just kind of ombre it with the gel polish brush and then wipe it off, because I find that that is also an acceptable method. It just gives you a little bit of cross-contamination, which if you're into that, that's totally fine and don't worry about it. But if you don't want that, probably don't do that. You should be seeing my discount code for Madame Glam somewhere on the screen in one of these corners. Definitely make sure you take that down so that when you are shopping at Madame Glam, you can get that discount. Now, it won't work if they have a better sale going on, and you should just use that anyway. But if you still use my link to get over there, which it is in the description, it'll still credit me, so they'll still know that you did come from my video, and so I will get that for my whatever it is they measure effectiveness. Anywho, so this is the nail we're gonna do the shell on, and this is the cat eye. And so the plan is to do that like aura thing, so that when you turn it, it kind of has a bit of a glare, you know, like this you're seeing here, and then do the shell gel stuff on top of it, which, let me tell you, this is harder than it looks. So like when I'm looking at it like this, it looks amazing. You can kind of see it. But once you get to piling stuff on top of it, it gets a little bit harder to tell where the shift is and isn't. And then also I did incorporate some chrome, so there's that as well. I do believe that it does come out really beautifully, but I have completely lost that background color, which I guess that's fine because it was just a neutral base anyway. And here I'm putting the cat eye on that thin as well. I definitely want that to have that same like shifty aura shimmer thing going on. It's a little bit harder to see that one because the color I'm putting it on is darker, but when I turn it in the light, I can definitely see it. And then we're giving it its little razzle dazzle here. Very cute, if I do say so myself. See, I am loving how those nails are looking, but that's not all. So we have to do a matte top coat, but I don't have a matte Madame Glam, so we borrowed one from Nail Reserve, also a great brand. They're very similar. I like to categorize them as the same type, same category, same caliper. I feel like they're sibling polishes, even though they're not related. They're just very similar in the market. And so here I have that pot, and as I was saying, like, it's a bit of a softer gel, so I'm able to get it on my brush and streak it on there, and it leaves those brush strokes like grooves, and so that works really well. Here we've got this little detail brush so I can get these lines on. Now, because this gel is solid, it doesn't leave that bubble of gel at the bottom like a top coat would, which I think it would be nice if it had left that, but also that makes your nail look fat, and sometimes your bubble's too big, and so I would rather not have the bubble and just have the lines than have a misshapen one. And so here we're throwing on this chrome powder. I don't know where it's from. It was just in my collection, and I decided to go with this one because it had a bit of a multicolor shimmer. But look at that. You can see those lines shining with that chrome and that shift underneath it in the background. We are just top coating these in as well. Don't want that chrome to get rubbed off. What do you think so far? I think it is looking pretty nice, but we're not done. So next we're gonna go in with the rose gold chrome paint. This one is superb. And so I am drawing the mermaid scales, so like the fin type shape on this beautiful pink jelly. I thought it looked real nice together. This is smooth and creamy, and it did not leave streaks. It gave a solid line wherever you drew it, and so definitely recommend those pots. They are quite good products. I hope that I do get some of those in the future, though I don't do a ton of like hand-drawn art. It definitely makes it easier when you do. And so this is looking real sweet. You're gonna see later when I put this one and the fin next to it together, they are kind of complementary, kind of almost makes like a fin itself, which is awesome. So we're gonna put on some charms here. Pardon me, I forgot to put my phone on silent, and so the camera keeps making noises. But yeah, we're gonna put on a little bit of decoration, little half pearls, little charms, a little bit of seashell, just to pizzazz it up. This is obviously a mermaid set, so we need a little bit of mermaid decor. What do you think? Look at that. Look how shiny it is. Look at the shimmer, the glare. I think it's beautiful. Like, I am definitely gonna wear these probably for the whole week, which is long for me, but I'm loving these. They're very cute. And I like this thumb because it has the chrome on it as well, so it is also shiny, but in a different way. So we've got those done. I'm going to show you these photos. These are some of my new format photos. Let me know what you're thinking of these. I think they came out really well. Definitely make sure you're following me on my socials because I post nail photos over there all the time. There are a lot of nails that I paint that are not associated with the video, and so you just won't see them unless you see the photos that I'm posting. So make sure that you are over there so that you do see them. Sometimes they're really cool. Now sometimes of course they're not, and they're ugly. You guys know I make ugly nails, but sometimes they're great and definitely worth a look, and they are enjoyable, as are these. But that is it. I will wrap it up here. Again, links for everything are in the description. Thank you so much, Madame Glam, for sending this over to me, and I hope I did you proud because I love this nail set. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.